Most Christians are satisfied living their entire lives as common Christians. They never experience the richness of what it truly means to be a Christian. Without a deep, insatiable hunger for the things of God, there is nothing within them prodding them to go forward to perfection. The condition of today's Christian church is the result of too many common Christians in leadership roles. Once again, we need a great move of the Holy Spirit to break out of the spiritual ruts and to press on to spiritual perfection. That move needs to start with the individual Christians who are willing to give everything to God and live the crucified life. But just what is the currency associated with living the crucified life? What does it mean? What must we exchange for this crucified life? Let me spell out several things that I think we need to exchange in order to move on in our journey through the crucified life. Number one, safety. One of the first things that we need to exchange is our safety. Those who insist on a safe environment are never going to move forward in their journey to the crucified life. Dietrich Bonhoeffer did not have safety in his life. In order for him to do what God wanted him to do, he had to exchange his safety. If safety had been important to him, he never would have gone back to Germany and face what he knew he was going to face. If your safety is so precious that you must preserve it at all costs, you will be hindered on your journey along the crucified life pathway. Your safety is the price you pay to move on to new spiritual vistas. Number two is convenience. Another aspect of our currency along this line is convenience. Nobody that I have ever read about found dying to be convenience. The journey along the crucified life pathway will be paid for by mountains of inconvenience. Those who are willing to part with their convenience will progress toward being hundredfold Christians. Fun is number three. Perhaps there has never been a generation of Christians who are more in love with fun than the present one. But this is also part of the currency to pay for the journey to the crucified life. None of the marchers in the church found it to be fun. The great reformers of the church sacrificed fun in order to do what God had before them. It comes down to this: hang on to your fun or exchange it for progress towards spiritual perfection. Number four is popularity. Many today are trying to make Christianity popular by marketing it as if it were a product on a store shelf. Nowhere in my reading of history have I ever discovered that what was popular with the crowd was correct. In most instances, in order to move ahead, most great men and women of God had to lean against the wind of popularity. The cost for their advancement was their popularity. And worldly success is number five. One more thing I might mention that must be exchanged on this journey is worldly success. Are you willing to exchange your success in business, in sports, in your career, in order to move forward and achieve spiritual perfection? If we look at success from the world's perspective, Jesus' ministry was a terrible failure. All the apostles failed as far as the world's criterion is concerned. The great martyrs of the church were absolute failures. According to the criterion of the world's idea of success, William Tyndale, who died because of his work, was a terrible failure. The man or woman who is willing to exchange and surrender all aspects of his or her success is the one who is going to go on with God. We are not living for this world, but for the world to come. The economy that we are bartering in is not of this world, but of the world where Jesus Christ is preparing a place for us. We have the awesome privilege of exchanging worldly success for favor with our Father, which art in heaven. The crucified life is an expensive proposition. Whoever is willing to pay the price is the one who will go forward in absolute victory and joyous fellowship with Christ. Christ paid the price for our salvation, and we now pay the price for our full identification with him and our walk and pilgrimage towards spiritual perfection.